What's up guys? Welcome back. Sonic the Hedgehog is back in the spotlight, back where he belongs, as there's a lot of buzz going around lately about a new Sonic game, potentially new Sonic games, that's plural, as Sega is sure cooking up something behind closed doors and will release a statement if and when they're ready. I'm thinking Tokyo Game Show, who knows, right? But whether it's sheer coincidence or not, accessory manufacturer PDP released a statement featuring their new Sonic controllers. Coincidence? Maybe, I don't know, but at least PowerA didn't sit still and also worked on their Sonic controllers. So in today's video, we're going to check out, the entire range of Sonic the Hedgehog accessories by PowerA. I'm talking the Xbox controller, the Nintendo Switch controller, the Nintendo Switch storage case, the Nintendo Switch cartridge case, the whole shebang, the whole lineup. I'm not gonna have you wait much longer. Let's get to it. Here we go. Alright, so here we go. On the left side, we have the Sonic the Hedgehog enhanced wired controller for Nintendo Switch, whereas on the right side, we have the Sonic the Hedgehog Advantage wired controller for Xbox. And that includes Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, but also Windows 10, Windows 11. And I do think the product packaging itself is absolutely marvelous, especially the Xbox One. I think that one takes the cake, but really they do complement each other. But I do think that in terms of the Nintendo Switch controller, PowerA took the safe route, or you might as well say they've optimized their packaging, because if you look at others like say the Kirby controller, absolutely lovely controller, fully recommend picking this one up. It's practically an identical layout, right? Different picture, sure there's a different logo, but it's actually the same kind of packaging. Now, if we look at the Xbox controller, there's a completely new style. If you look at, say, the Mass Effect controller, or if you look at the Fallout controller, both of these I've reviewed before. If you missed out on those, be sure to check them out. Now, the thing about these is they're beautiful, they're lovely, they have some sort of personal aesthetic to them here in the background, but in all fairness, they're white boxes with a photo on them. Sure, they're the logos and all that stuff, but that's basically it. Now, if you look at the Sonic the Hedgehog controller packaging, it's absolutely amazing. They changed the perspective, making it a much more dynamic thing, and even the coloring is different. It's blue, like Sonic should be, and all in all, it's just completely retooled. And for the first time ever, I do see the PowerA Gamer HQ app advertised on that packaging, with which you can test and calibrate your controller. So that's a really great thing they've added here. Now let's open them up and let's check them out. Alright, so let's start with the Nintendo Switch version. The first thing you notice is that for the first time, there's actually a different color cable than the black or white that you usually see, because really, why would you need something else? Well, it's Sonic, baby. So they changed it to blue. I love the aesthetic of it, and that too, it's a very nice blue. Obviously, there's a little manual in there. We're not gonna look at that one too much. But here is the controller, and damn, it's absolutely beautiful. It's Sonic running in full speed. You have this blue background with this light shooting through there in blue. You have Sonic with a black outline. Other than that, it's everything you have been experiencing before with different controllers like that Kirby I just showed you for Nintendo Switch. It has everything that you need, including a headset input right there. You have your anti-friction rings, you have your buttons that have just the clickiness you need, system buttons all there. D-pad, unfortunately, is still the same. I wish they would upgrade that. We've seen better D-pads before, but this is the same we've seen with these wired controllers. Joysticks, other than that, just fine. You have the shoulder buttons, you have the triggers, everything as expected, plus the advanced gaming buttons or programmable buttons at the back. And it has a very nice textured plastic here on the back side. It's not an exact profile, it's just not so slippery. Gives for a good grip. Now, the cable itself is still a micro USB cable. You see that right there with a little custom chip out of there. So it's not a USB-C cable. So that's the only gripe I have with it. Other than that, it's beautiful, it's functional, and it's everything you can expect from a PowerA wired controller. Now let's check out the Xbox controller. Here too we see a blue cable. I love that. Great thing all around. The only difference is this is a USB-C controller, so they could do it. Sure, why not, right? And just like that we have another manual. I'm gonna check that out right now. And here it is. Here's a beautiful controller. It's Sonic standing there proudly in this warped space, and man, they've really upped their game with this one, because the great thing about this compared to other controllers is that for once they've changed the buttons, and by that I mean the actual coloring of the buttons. Previous controllers for Xbox they've released, the buttons, the lettering on the buttons was colored. Like you have the red for the B, you have the green for the A, etc, etc, right? So in this case, they chose, you know what, scratch that, we're gonna do a complete redo. If we change the box, we're also gonna change that controller, obviously, and we just have white lettering, and then you have this very nuanced, subtle color droplets in there, so you still have some of that Xbox vibe to it. It's just much more subtle, pushed to the background. I love it. Other than that, it's a controller as we can expect, but everything that you need, really. The only thing that I do find a bit odd in this case is that you don't have that dial anymore. You don't have that button here. Let me just really quickly grab one of the other controllers. So for example, the Fallout controller, the Nuka-Cola, grab yourself one of these while they're still available. Absolutely love it, and it's a collector's piece, really. Well, the thing is, in contrast to the Sonic, this one still has that headset dial. You can mute it, you can lower or increase the volume, and for some reason, I really don't know why, they've removed it from that Sonic controller. It's a bit odd. And here you can see the lettering that I was talking about just now with the different colors. Change that, I love it. Keep doing this, push this for other designs as well. Other than that, they're pretty much the same controllers as we've seen before, except that now you have a 3-way trigger lock for your shoulder triggers. So this is all the way down. Now you have a much shorter travel time. This is just a really nice feature to have that these don't have yet. Other than that, both are great controllers, but that Sonic one does take the cake, except for that microphone dial, the headset dial. I don't know why. If you guys have any idea why, just pitch in down in the comment section below. Let's work it out, let's figure it out. While one controller is great, two is obviously better, and if you have the means and if you have both systems, forget about it. Even if you don't have both systems but you have some space on your shelf for display, grab yourself both of these. Nintendo Switch, Xbox controllers, they're lovely, and in fact they have some subtle differences between them, obviously for different systems, but even aesthetically. See, the Nintendo Switch controller has black outlines around Sonic, giving a little bit of dark there. Here you have the white outline, making him pop much more out of that image. You have the red lines of the star behind it. It's absolutely fabulous the way they've come up with two different designs that are equally striking with a subtle difference. That's just amazing. When it comes to mechanical controller wise, you do see that the Nintendo Switch controller, the shoulder buttons, have much more clickiness but more travel. The Xbox, the much shorter travel, so you can actually technically get a much higher speed down at the bottom. The digital buttons on Nintendo Switch's shoulder triggers there, and you have the longer travel time obviously for the analog triggers on your Xbox controller. But if you think that's it, that's all they could come up with, you're sadly mistaken, because PowerA just popped in another two product right here, and I'm excited to check it out. I mean, there's the Nintendo Switch case. I've seen cases before. Sure, I'll have a look at another one like this. And this is actually a game cartridge holder that has a big throwback to growing up. I mean, it's technically, it has the features of a wallet from back in the day. Even has that Velcro. I mean, there's Sonic, right? Sonic giving out that huge kick. Backside you have Sonic the Hedgehog, and it just looks like that old school wallet. Just here we go, right? It has that timeless aesthetic of wallets when you know, growing up there. It has space for all these cartridges, plus you can put down your name and address, right? But the actual nice addition here is that it has this little casing. Completely ruined the packaging. Now, what this is it's a holder for your micro SD cards. As the Nintendo Switch does not have the greatest amount of storage space, even the OLED model, which I own, I still have like 3-4 micro SD cards filled to the rim with games, and even then I haven't downloaded everything. So this is actually great to have. You can just store them, and you can, there we go again. You can just pop them in here. You can store them underneath these, just like you would with any game cartridge. I love that. This is actually very clever. I haven't seen this with most of the other cartridge cases or holders that I've seen so far. Great addition, love it. Keep doing these things, PowerA. Thank you so much. And the other thing is, of course, the protective case for your Nintendo Switch. Now let's remove that wrapper, just like that. And we see Sonic the Hedgehog running at high speed. It has this little handle with nice punctured here, Nintendo Switch. Nicely done. It's a hard top, as you can hear. And the thing is, I have seen Nintendo Switch cases from PowerA before, like the Samus, you know, this Metroid Dread design they've sent before. If you've missed out on the video I made on this one, be sure to check that out as well. Lovely controller and case. But the thing is, this one is not a hard top. It's relatively flat, but it's a great design. It has this stand, it has the cartridge holder, everything you need. There's even an inset for the Nintendo Switch Lite. If you own it, I removed it as I have a Nintendo Switch OLED. But the Sonic goes way above it. It's amazing upgrade, really. First of all, there's a ring, right? I mean that's eye for detail. So it has this ring, zips open real nice, and there we see a deluxe version of it. So here we have a little chain, stuff you can put in there. You see here a little warranty manual. There's another one. And there we have this beautiful design, really nicely done right in the fabric there. Little logo of Sonic, obviously. Here we have, it's not a stand in the sense that the previous one was, but it does have space for your cartridges. Here's that inset for your Nintendo Switch Lite, also comes with this, and here's more Sonic patterning, right? It's very nice, some different designs here, and it does have more space, like it has indentations here, so you can even use Joy-Cons which are much thicker or have other designs than the regular Nintendo Switch first-party Joy-Cons. So that's actually really nice, because I do like to switch it up every now and then, no pun intended, and use third-party Joy-Cons, which are thicker or have different designs, different layout per se, and they won't fit in, say, this one. It's too thin for that, it's too shallow, but this one actually can do the trick. So that's great. Let's zip it back up, and there we are. And ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you've made it all the way through the end of this video, be sure to hit that like button, as it greatly helps us out in the search results. And if you're new here to the channel, be sure to subscribe. There's more stuff coming up. There's always something interesting right around the corner. And I wish you a very good day, and see you next time.